Hey Tim, please enough already.
What are you on about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why'd you tell the entire class that I'm not planning on going to college? Almost everyone at our school is gonna go on to college, so I asked you to keep it quiet. But today, everyone in class was talking about it.
It's not that you don't plan on going to college, it's that you can't go on to college, right? We all know that your family is too poor to be able to afford college tuition.
That's got nothing to do with any of you. Anyway, don't just go around telling people about my private matters.
Parents who are too poor to even send their kid to college shouldn't have kids in the first place. Talk about having no foresight. It's families like yours who can't make enough money on their own and then go crying to the government for support. And then it's up to families like mine who pay all these insane taxes to end up footing your bill. We always end up having to clean up your messes and get you out of situations you got yourselves into.
You're going too far with that. It's not like my family was always poor. My dad died 8 years ago. Then my brother got really sick around 5 years ago. His hospital bills ended up costing us an arm and a leg. A lot of things happened, okay? Sure, now my family isn't as well off as most others, especially our classmates. But that doesn't mean you can just go around talking like that.
This isn't the Misfortune Olympics. You don't need to start talking about all that. Poor people sure like to do that, don't they? Are you hoping people who hear that will feel some sympathy for you? The world isn't as kind as you think.
That's not what I'm trying to do. But you're making fun of my parents, saying that they have no foresight or don't know how to plan ahead. Of course I can't just let that rest.
Yeah, whatever. Say what you like. It doesn't matter what you say or what excuses you try to make. Everyone knows how poor your family is. Oh, and I also told everyone that your family is sending you off to work at one of your relatives' companies too. You know, because why not?
They're not sending me off anywhere. I just got a normal job there like anywhere else. Stop spreading lies and rumors. You keep doing that even about small things like my clothes. I heard you told people that I never washed my uniform and just wear it as if every day.
That's because your uniform is dirty and gross. Ugh, I guess poor people don't even wash their clothes. Am I wrong?
Of course I wash them! My clothes are just a little old because I got them from an older student who didn't need them anymore.
Oh, so you wear other people's hand-me-downs? That's even worse! Ugh, I'd literally rather die than have to wear something like that. Imagine having to wear clothes stained with other people's sweat. That's gross.
Then you sent a photo of me covered in grass in the schoolyard to the class group chat. Not only that, you told everyone that I was taking the grass home to eat it for dinner. Since then, people keep leaving grass and weeds on my desk at school.
That's just everyone showing their kindness. Aren't you lucky? Now you won't have to worry about having enough to eat for dinner.
Stop messing around. Seriously, just enough already. I haven't done anything to you. Just leave me alone. If you keep it up, I'll have to tell the teachers.
I guess this is where we part ways, huh? It's kind of sad, really.
I couldn't be happier.
Oh, come on. What, are you angry just because I teased you a little? You really need to learn to take a joke.
Because of you, I had a terrible time in high school. How many times did you make fun of me for being poor?
That happens all the time. A lot of people joke about that. It's nothing personal. It's true anyway. It's not like I made it up.
Anyway, I don't want anything more to do with you.
In that case, you can relax. It's not like there will be any reason for us to meet again anyway. You're off to work at some small-time company that could fail at any second. And I'm going to a famous private university. And after I graduate, it's a well-established company and a straight road to becoming a big shot for me. Good luck with your miserable life.
You have no idea how my life is gonna turn out. I'm gonna work hard and have a better, happier life than you.
You're really an idiot, aren't you? What matters is your education and connections, not hard work. And the two of us are from completely different worlds. There's no chance our paths will cross again from here on. We'll never have to see each other again.
I hope so. No, I'm praying for it.
Hey, it's been a while since we saw each other. What, has it been since we graduated high school? You've really surprised me. You took one look at my face and seemed lost for words.
I was. I never expected to meet you there. Sorry if I was rude before. I was in a hurry, so I couldn't stay and talk.
Did you end up getting a late entrance into college or anything after we last met?
No, I didn't.
So you're really just out here with a high school diploma. Man, poor people really are stupid. There are other ways of getting into college, right? Like deferred pathways or even community college programs. You should have thought about taking one of those options to help you escape from the lower classes.
I mean, I guess I could have done that.
And what were you wearing earlier anyway? Worn out work clothes that look like they were covered in paint? You look even more ragged than you used to. Seeing you like that reminded me of the gross uniform you used to wear in high school. You were always wearing such dirty clothes.
There's a reason I was wearing those clothes, but what about you? Did you become a big shot yet like you said you would?
Of course I did. Or close enough. Tomorrow's my first day of my new job at a great company. And what do? Are you homeless or something? If that's the case, you want me to lend you some money?
Starting a new job? You're coming to my company?
Wait, what?
I've been so busy I completely forgot. I remember HR telling me that you were hired. I took a look at your CV.
Wait, what? What are you on about? Did you lose your mind in the years since we last met? If you're the CEO, why are you wearing those clothes?
That's because I was on my way back from helping do some painting at a nearby orphanage.
Painting? Why would you be doing that?
My company has a lot of different initiatives in the company to help kids from poor families and those with no place to go. Painting and helping with artwork is one of them. The point is to give the kids an opportunity to experience art and help them cultivate their imaginations. Today we had an event where a lot of investors volunteered to help out, so of course I also joined in. All of us helped the kids paint a massive picture of a dinosaur. It was pretty fun. My clothes did get completely covered in paint though.
So what, your company is trying to give back to society? What's the point of that?
Look, Tim, the company that you're gonna start working at tomorrow is managed by me.
There's just no way that's true. After high school, you were just going off to work at some small-time business, and now you're trying to tell me that you're a CEO?
I worked hard at that so-called small-time business, and now it has grown to be the company that you start at tomorrow.
Get real! I know that's not true. First of all, the name of the company is completely different from the one you went to work at.
After my uncle retired and appointed me the CEO, I changed the name of the company. My uncle didn't have any kids of his own, so he decided to pass the company on to me. At that time, the performance of the company was improving, so I decided to also expand the scope of what we do and completely rehaul the name and appearance of the office too. So along with that, I changed the name to give the company a new start, so to speak. But if you applied for this job, you should have seen the website. The CEO's name is clearly written there. You didn't realize? I thought you saw my name, so I decided to apply here.
Of course I saw the website, but your last name isn't the same as it was in high school.
Oh, that's right. My mom got remarried, so my last name changed because of that. But even so, if you went through the site, my photo should have come up at some point. I guess you didn't really look into the company too much. Usually an applicant tries to find out as much as they can about the job they're applying for. But whatever. HR said that they will hire you, so that's that.
You weren't the one who processed my application then?
The company has gotten too big for me to look over every applicant personally. I mostly leave that up to HR now. Of course, once they've chosen the candidate, I still look into them myself. By the way, I heard a lot about you from HR. They said that you studied abroad in France for 2 years during college? And so now you can speak French too. That's amazing. They also said that you entered graduate school. And after completing your master's in business, went on to be a project manager at a pretty big company. Also, that at your previous company, you were so popular with all the female employees that you could barely get along with all the men. You told me all about it.
That was all stuff that I talked about in my interview. So, are you really the CEO there?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. I'm not gonna make up some pointless lie like that. And I'm always happy when someone with a good record joins a company. But there's one thing that I'm a little worried about. Extending a helping hand to help people in need is my motto, and the company also follows that ideal. I'm wondering if someone like you who looks down on the poor and helpless will really be an asset to this company or not. In any case, from tomorrow you have a 3-month trial period, so I'll be keeping an eye on your performance. Then I'll judge what happens from there. Hey, what's up? Are you still there?
Oh yes, I'm still here, sir.
What's up with the formality all of a sudden? Anyway, as I said before, that's what we'll do starting tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow then. Hey Tim, I need to talk to you about something. I've asked some of the other employees about how you're doing at the moment, and what they say isn't so good. Does anything come to mind?
I'm not really sure.
That's a pretty vague answer. This is what I've heard from them. You make a lot of obvious mistakes when preparing documents. You fail to be polite to clients and end up angering them in meetings. Then they also said that you've been copying data onto a personal USB. This is pretty different from what your CV said about you, and what you said in the interview.
That's just all a coincidence. I mean, I only just started, so I'm bound to make some mistakes, right?
You've also been going around boasting that you and I were classmates back in high school. And I went out of my way to hire you as soon as I could. So, you did apply here knowing that I was the CEO, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Apart from that, people said that you can't actually speak French, and a bunch of other things that seemed off. So I had to look into your past a little more closely.
What? What do you mean by that?
Well, I happen to know the CEO of the company you used to work at. So I asked him about how you would work and for him to get the opinion on your former co-workers. And that's where it all came to light. They said you were lying constantly and would always blame your own mistakes on other people. Everyone hated you for it. I also heard that you had a pretty big gambling debt, to the point where even the company got contacted about it. Everything I heard, there was nothing good.
That's all completely made up. Everyone at the last place I worked at were just jealous of my genius and wanted me to fail.
But even what you said in the interview at my company is exactly the same as what you told them at the previous place. That you were a graduate and studied abroad for 2 years. The timeline on that doesn't make any sense. The truth is that not only did you not get your master's, but you also dropped out of college without getting your degree at all. The story about studying abroad was also completely made up. Then because of your habit of lying, you messed up a lot of relationships with that company's clients. A bunch of them canceled contracts and the company was in the red for a huge amount because of you. And the reason you ended up getting let go is because of your gambling problem. Did you know that lying about your education and work history counts as a crime? It's only a misdemeanor, but a crime nonetheless. Did you think that a company that is lied to like that would just let it slide? I can tell you now that my company isn't gonna do that.
Wait, please. That's not what happened. This is all just a misunderstanding. You know, just a mix-up in communication.
Lying isn't unusual for you. I know you from high school. You used to lie about things all the time back then, too. Some of your managers have also been telling you to fix up your appearance and get a new bag and shoes. But you seem to not listen to them at all. You used to always say how rich your family is. Was that a lie too? Looking at how you present yourself now, I can't really believe that was ever the case.
That's not a lie! That at least isn't a lie.
Even now, you keep up the lies, huh? I already know. I spoke to your mother on the phone.
What? Why would you call my mom?
You needed to give over an emergency contact detail when you signed a contract with us, right? Since you put down your parents' number, I figured I'd give them a call. Your mother picked up and we spoke for a while. You were always bragging about how rich your family was back at school. But it turns out you are a completely normal middle-class family. Your mom said no one in your family has ever made enough to be called a high-income earner or upper class or anything of the like. And now it's up to your parents to pay off your gambling debt. It said they're really struggling.
Damn, my mom. Why'd you have to go tell you so many unnecessary things?
Anyway, that's not really important. You've only been with us for a few days, but have already had a harmful effect on the company and the other employees too. On top of that, you lied about your education and work history. So with that in mind, and seeing that you're still on the trial period, I've decided to terminate your contract at the end of the 3 months. We won't be giving you a full-time position.
You can't do that! I signed a contract!
That was a contract that you signed, one for a 3-month trial period. Did you not read the contract?
Give me another chance! Come on! Please! I mean, we're friends from school!
In high school, you constantly made fun of me. Despite that, in good faith, I hired you and decided to just see how it went. Isn't that a better chance than you could really ask for? There isn't a second.
Please, don't fire me! I'm still up to my ears in debt! If I don't have a job, I can't pay it back! The debt collectors will probably start coming by the house again, too!
I'm not happy it has to end like this, but your habit of lying will most likely cause damage to my company's reputation with clients. That's what happened at the last place you worked at after all. Sometimes, in order to minimize risk, it's necessary to make harsh decisions. Sorry, but that's what it means to be a manager.
It's not like I was a liar from the very beginning. I used to just joke about lots of things. I never meant them seriously. But in middle school, I made a joke about my family being really rich and everyone made a big fuss. That made me feel kind of good. And before I knew it, lying was a habit and I did it more and more. I did it to try and get better in this world.
Both my family and yours. They weren't rich, but that's just how it is. There's nothing wrong with that. But to lie and deceive people, that's wrong. And to purposely go out of your way to hurt people's feelings is even worse.
Look, I'm sorry for what I did and said in school. I recognize that you've become successful. You've become someone really amazing. Remember what you said to me? That you would work hard and have a better life than me? You did it! You showed me!
There's no use now for empty flattery. It's too late for that.
What'd you say? Okay, so you worked hard and became a CEO. So what? You think you can look down on me now? Don't get so cocky.
Now you're just gonna snap back, huh? I guess lying isn't your only bad trait.
Why did this happen? How could this happen? You were poorer than me. How did you end up becoming more successful?
That's because I refused to let my environment and circumstances affect me, and gave it my all without any regrets. And while I was working hard and doing all I could, you just lazed around. That's where the difference is. You said that our paths would never cross again, and that we'd never see each other's faces again. This time, I sincerely hope that that will be the case. When the trial period ended, Tim packed his things and left the office moping. But he didn't stop lying until the very end of his time at my company. He even kept telling some of the other employees that I was jealous of his abilities and was doing everything I could to make him look bad in front of others. Needless to say, there wasn't a single person who believed him. At this point, Tim's lying seems almost pathological. I don't think it's something that can be fixed that easily. As I expected, Tim kept falsifying his education and work experience, and continued to look for a job. But as it happens, word spreads fast, and Tim became somewhat infamous in the industry. In the end, there wasn't a single company that was willing to hire him. The debt collectors appeared for him again, and to get away from the debt, he seems to have run far away and disappeared. After that, I don't have the slightest idea about what happened to him. As for my company, it has kept growing and growing. We have also kept up with initiatives to give back to society and help those in need. I was lucky enough to get this opportunity, thanks to my uncle. And I plan to use it to help as many disadvantaged children as I can.